Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Just cover all bases, just in case you're watching at a different time, of course. I am just leaving, and we've got quite a journey on our hands today. What's this guy doing? Creeping around behind me. Quite a journey on our hands today. So you're going to be with me for a long episode today. What's going to happen is I am going to head to Adam's house. He's roughly about an hour and a half away. So, we can have a chat along the way. Oh, it's a bright sunny day today, which is absolutely amazing. In all honesty, it's about time because I'd had enough of the winter. Really had enough of it. I've just had enough of the cold, had enough of the rain, had enough of the wind. It's just not my kind of cup of tea, if I'm honest. Not my kind of cup of tea. So, as you can tell, I've got my very, very bright top on today. This was one of the tops that I went out and bought for football and literally used once. They said, "Oh yeah, go and get yourself a bright lime top. That's what we're going to be playing in." Played in it literally once. Waste of money. But still, it's quite a bright top. Now, this is a thing that I'm kind of prepared for this weekend. So I've been saying to Adam, let's go to the gym. And you can tell he's a little bit standoffish with it. I'm not going to the gym. And I said to him, as soon as I arrive there today, we're going to go to the gym. He messaged me literally a minute before I came on to you guys. And he went, "How long are you going to be?" I went, "Well, I don't know, about 90 minutes or so, depending on traffic." And he says, "Well, I'm waiting to get food." Okay, so that's the gym out then. Going to get food, because obviously you can't train intensely when after you've just eaten food. You just can't. So you're going to need to wait 2 hours before that happens, which will take us to what? That'll take us to like 2 p.m. And then you go, "Oh no, I've got to go down the pub, I've got to open the pub." And then the day's gone then, isn't it? Day's gone. And that's it. He'll be at the pub then for the remainder of the evening. So, guess we're not going to the gym today then, guy. What is the sat-nav say? Adam's messaged me again, saying, "What's the sat-nav saying?" He's very hungry. He's very hungry. He can't wait. I know what he's like when he's hungry. He can't wait to get food down his mouth. I mean, to be fair, when I'm hungry, I'm exactly the same. I get that hanger thing, of being an absolute diva. I'll tell you one thing for this road though, it's a long straight road and you do get a lot of runners at the weekend going up and down it. And fair play to them. If I was able to run, I might do the same. Especially in the summertime. But I've been thinking about getting myself a bike so I can go on some bike ridings. So I think I would quite enjoy being on the bike. Yesterday, obviously I played football last night, and I was not in a good headspace at all. Just was not in a good headspace. I was literally angry and frustrated and annoyed. And it wasn't with anyone, it wasn't because of the of anything that was happening. I just felt really pent up in my aggression because I was unable to do what I wanted to do, simply because of my ankles. And I guess it just got to me, that I am playing through this pain all of the time, and I just can't make movements that I want to make. I'm trying my hardest. I really am trying my hardest, but it's just not getting me there, and it's really annoying. And I got these results of the MRI next week, so I'm praying to God that they're able to do something. For the love of God, let me do something. Because basically the background behind it is the calcification of my Achilles is what's holding me back. And they said if we can see that the tendon is good in there, then we'll be able to shoot some sort of plasma stuff into the ankle and promote some health. If it's not good, I'm kind of stuffed. This is not great in the slightest. So yeah. Anyway, so we're on our way to Adams, and I'm kind of excited for the fact that, I have started this Instagram page, My Mate Asleep. Right, and My Mate Asleep is literally just pictures of him or videos of him sleeping, because he does sleep a lot. And it's not as if he it's not as if it makes it kind of very, discreet that he's fallen asleep. Like, his eyes will be wobbling all over the shop, and his hand will just be in this weird relaxed pose as he'd be holding his phone like this, and it's quite funny just to see him go, because you know he's going, because he starts breathing a little bit heavier than usual. It's so weird that I know this, but quite funny at the same time, because it means that I can sit next to him. And the fact of the matter is F1 is cancelled this weekend because of the floods. And usually, if you're doing F1 correctly, then you fall asleep halfway through, and that will be his cue to have a little nap. So yeah, hopefully I'll get some good footage of him. Oh dear me, he's just a torment, aren't I? Really, I can't help it. I see an opportunity, I need to take it, and that's that. And I can't help it. I love a good opportunity to get a rise out of someone, or just to take the pee or something like that. It just makes me laugh. And usually he's the butt of my jokes. And in all honesty, I do it out of love, really. I'm not nasty with it at all, and he knows that. He's always said, the way that you do things isn't nasty in the slightest. I wouldn't expect you to be horrible in the slightest, and that's fair, because he does give it back sometimes, and he does give me shit sometimes, which is all part of being friends. I mean, me and Adam have been friends for, holy shit, how long? I mean, I was 19 when I met him, and he was 29, 30. So yeah, 20 years ago. 20 years this year. My God, 20 years. Where the hell has that gone? 20 years. It's mad how that shit just flies by. Literally mad. I'm sitting there thinking, my God, it's when I left school, 16, that's getting on close for 25 years since I left school. 25 years. I still remember the day that I left school as well. Literally got on my bike and got to the school gate, and I looked round. I was like, defining moment. And then I cycled off like it was nothing. Like, yeah, I'm free. This is good. Yeah. And I don't know whether it's like I've felt directionless, because I certainly had a direction for many years. I had needs and wants and you know, dreams and stuff like that I wanted to achieve. Obviously, dreaming of staying in Spain, and that happened for 8 years, and you know, dreaming of, you know, becoming a record producer that releases music, and that's happened. You know, dreaming of being a DJ, and that's happened. You know, dreaming of buying a house, and that happened. You know, there were a lot of things that have happened that I wanted to happen, and there's some certain things that have happened that haven't happened because of that. So, being in that sort of industry and being in that sort of environment for a long period of time, and having to sort of build up and protect yourself as well, it's probably stopped me from finding anyone like long-term wise. Maybe I'm just a dick. That's what it is. Oh, I'll be the first to admit it if I'm a dick. Jesus, you're fucking cutting me up. Absolute bellend. Don't understand how people can get driving license like this. Oh well. So yeah, no, I was thinking about, you know, what we could talk about on our journey today. You know, it's kind of supposed to be like off the top of the head, and I would say a lot of it is absolutely off the top of my head. I mean, I don't have any prep work here. There's no paperwork here or anything like that. Nothing on the dashboard here to sort of show me what I should and shouldn't be talking about. There's no content that I've created for this, other than just me, a camera, and this little microphone right here. So it is off the top of my head, but there's certain questions that, you know, sometimes I can't wait to ask you, and I'm just wondering, like, sometimes I need to maybe write those questions down, because I can't really remember them the next time I get in front of the camera for you. And I guess one of the questions that I ask myself sometimes when I'm, you know, kind of in my moment of just thought process. Actually, I asked this on my socials yesterday. Is it a legal entitlement or responsibility for every dentist to operate out of a semi-detached house? Why do dentists operate out of a semi-detached house and nothing else? Like, is that what dentists are supposed to do? They're literally operating out of a semi-detached house? Because every dentist I've ever been to has literally been in a semi-detached house. And I don't know why. I'm guessing they don't do that in the States. Like, I'm guessing, like, you go to a dentist and it'll be like in a shopping mall, or it'll be in like a bunch of offices or something like that. Be interested to know why that is. Why that's. I mean, is it cheaper to buy a house than it is to buy an office, or rent an office, or rent a house? But then if you're renting a house, you've got to decorate it. So it definitely wouldn't be renting, it would be buying, wouldn't it? I don't know. I guess if you're buying a house, in certain places, you know, you're not tied into any kind of rules for running a business. Don't know why that is. Maybe someone can answer. Is there any dentists that listen in? Dentists, let me know why you operate out of semi-detached houses. I need to know. Question of the day there. Question of the week, really. I ask myself many questions. I mean, you should see my internet search history. Get me locked up for starters. Locked up. Alright, it's not that corrupt, but it would just ask some really random things. Like insanely random things. Yeah. I tell you what, I should really finish my book that I started. It's literally a book of every single memory I ever had, right from when I was little all the way through to the present day. And right now I'm probably up to about end of infant school, maybe. I've got some very strange things, and I don't know why there's certain things that I remember about. I mean, your memory's a bit fickle, isn't it? I mean, I can't remember what I ate yesterday morning, but for some reason I can remember something that happened indiscriminately many years ago, like when we was on holiday as a family. It was me, my mum, my dad and my brother. Sounds like we're off to Waterloo, doesn't it? Me, my mum, my dad and my gran were off to Waterloo. But yeah, no, it was me, my mum, my dad and my brother, and we was touring around France. And I hated the fact that we was touring around France. I said to him before, I don't want to go. It sounds terrible. Why would I want to spend 2 weeks going around France in a tent or staying in hotels? Like, and they weren't even good hotels. They were campanils. Campanils. Horrific. And one of the campanils was infested with ants. Why do I remember that? No idea. One of the campanils, I nearly left Teddy underneath the bed that my uncle got me, that is literally the same age as me. I was maybe about 6 months younger than what I am. Nearly left that there. And then when we got to the campsite down in the south of France, it was just, a mud bath. And we're staying in a tent. So literally we travelled all the way around France to stay in a tent in the south of France. I mean, bloody hell. I know that sounds really, bad. But I'm not going to lie, we were fairly comfortable as a family in terms of finances. So maybe I'm being spoiled. Maybe I was being spoiled. But I did not enjoy staying in campanils down each side of France and then staying in a tent, which was a mud bath. I didn't even want to go to France. I mean, the only time I've ever wanted to go to France is to literally pass through it to get to Spain with my car. And yeah, did not enjoy that whatsoever. Didn't enjoy it. But then there's been some amazing holidays, like really cool quality holidays. So like the first ever time I went on holiday, first time I'd ever got on a plane. I must have been 8 or 9. And we went to Crete, one of the Greek islands. And Crete at the time wasn't really that built up or anything like that. And this must have been 93, 94, something like that. And I remember my mum getting quite badly burnt and having Greek yogurt smeared all over her for some reason. And I don't know whether that was my old man being a bit kinky and going, kids, it's literally because she's got sunburn, when really it was like, love, I'm licking this shit off you. Ha ha! Oh shit, there's the kids. What am I talking about? This fucking... I'm talking about my dad licking yogurt off my mum. Fuck! Sorry. Fuck. Anyway, so that was the first time I got on a plane and went abroad but also there was a couple of memories that I had from that. So my dad hired out a motorbike, and me and my dad got on the back of the motorbike and went around Crete, the island, and stopped for a beer halfway and had a wander around the port. And that was kind of cool. I enjoyed being on the back of a motorbike. My mum and my brother did other things. I don't know what they did. They must have gone down the beach or something. But he wouldn't have gone on the back of the motorbike because he was too young, because he must have been 5 or 6. And then, so there was that. And then in the evening times, we used to go to like the same restaurant while we were there, and I think I had sausages wrapped in bacon for dinner. That was like my favourite dinner that they did. And there was a guy on the strip who was selling popcorn, and he was selling popcorn, but he had a song that went with it. Now, why I remember this, I do not know, but it was popcorn, special vitamin, like popcorn with special vitamin in it. But for some reason, I remember. I also remember that was the holiday when I first tried bubble gum, and I could not blow a bubble at all, but my dad could. And it was Hubba Bubba that I bought as well. Hubba Bubba. And that Hubba Bubba I would chew on it, and it would last about 3 minutes of flavour, and then it would just be like chewing on a lump of plastic. Fucking horrible. So yeah, good memories, bad memories. But yeah, who sells popcorn? I mean, I wonder whatever happened to that guy. I wonder if he's still on the strip selling popcorn with the same song. And popcorn, special vitamin. I don't know what the rest of the song was, but he was there every night, selling popcorn, singing the same song. He must have got bored of it. Maybe that's the only English he knew. I don't know. I remember being on the beach there and it being quite hot. Obviously Crete. Yeah, I've been to some amazing places. Like Mexico was good, although even though Mexico was great to visit, I was burnt. Oh, so burnt. You know when you take a pizza out of the oven and you can just peel the cheese off the top? That's what my shoulders look like. Horrific. And I remember saying to my mum, like, do I have to go to school on Monday? And she's like, we'll see you when we get there. And literally, as soon as I got on the plane, it started to heal up. Like, what is going on now? Like, barely 24 hours after I'd been in the sun. And it was just horrible. Oh, mate, I'll tell you what. I just felt so uncomfortable the whole holiday. The whole holiday. I got burnt on literally the first day, and I've still got like the freckles from it here. Definitely some scarring going on there. Got the freckles from it, and yeah, literally, I just felt tight all the time, and I was consistently in the water or in the shower, and I had to wear a t-shirt in the pool because I just couldn't be in the sunshine. It's just horrible, and I just felt like my shoulders were doing this all the time, you know, just being really, skin was so tight, and horrible. That was another memory as well. My brother had a snorkel in Mexico. I said, put the snorkel in your mouth, and I sort of bent over and went like that down the bottom of the snorkel, and literally he must have nearly blown up his lungs. Good job I didn't blow too hard. Nearly killed him. But yeah, he wasn't happy about that. Oh yeah, and I bought this coconut looking thing as well. And it was like a monkey, like carved out of a coconut shell. And then you pull the front down. I mean, on the front it said, "Excuse me." And I was like, okay. and I pulled this monkey, like the thing down, and it was literally a carving out of a coconut in the shape of a penis. And I bought it. And I literally like said to Mum, "Oh, I want that." She went, "Oh, okay. Why?" I just like it. Okay, all right. If that's what you want to spend your money on, go. She didn't know there was a penis inside. And once I bought it, a couple of days afterwards, I literally sort of pulled the front down. I went, "Yeah, Mum, look at this." And she went, "Oh my God." And it was literally on a spring, so it would wobble about. Oh, but I knew it had a penis in there. I just didn't tell my mum. Wonder what happened to that. I mean, that was sat on my shelf for years. Obviously, penis weren't out. Thought it was funny. What was funny though was that my brother kept coming into my room when I was younger. So like we had a loft conversion, and one side was my brother, one side was mine, and then the stairs were in the middle. And I was at that stage of kind of teenager where I just wanted privacy without him coming bursting in all the time, or even just being in my room. It just annoyed me of him being in there. And I stuck a lock on the door to begin with a padlock. And he just sort of broke that off. So he couldn't go in there either. So I was like, okay, the door's still bastard open. And then what I did is I actually went to Argos one day, and I bought a CCTV camera, right? I bought a CCTV camera, right, that fixed up to my VCR, to my video machine, and I thought, right, well, at least I know if he's been in my room, because like literally I can see the footage when I've been out. And it was quite funny because like the Mr. Wazzo from Flatbeat, which incidentally is Fede Legrand. I had one of those sitting on the sofa in my room, and I put the camera just in his arm like that there, so it was kind of disguised a bit, but it was facing the door and you couldn't go in anywhere else. And I set this thing to go and started recording or whatever, and lo and behold, he comes wandering in, like literally walking around having a little look, seeing what's about, what's in, what's that. And I think he took something, I can't remember what he took, but I think he was trying to get in my lockable desk drawer as well. And that was kind of funny. And I got home and I saw the footage, and I said to everyone, I went, look, can we watch this? So everyone came and sat round the TV in the living room, and I said, look, that's what's happening. Can you at least tell him to stop now? And he was like, oh my God, when did you get that? Literally the day before, because I knew you were snooping. So now you know it's always going to be on. Always. And in all honesty, it did kind of stop, because he knew that it would be captured on camera, and I'd see exactly what he was taking or not taking or doing. So yeah, it did stop from there, which was kind of fun. I enjoyed that, catching him red-handed. Yes. Although, to be fair, I've caught him red-handed a couple of times. I mean, his now wife, she had her top off when she was younger, and he was laying next to her. I mean, this was like when they were in school, sort of 14, 15. Might even been younger than that, 13. And I must have been 15, something like that as well. And I literally burst into his room, and there she is, top off, tits out. Like, oh dear. Not something I really want to remember. But yeah, he was having a full-on grope. I mean, to be fair, he's had more than a grope now, hasn't he? He's bloody married her, had a kid with her. But yeah, another memory. Another bad memory, that one. Bad memory. But good memory for CCTV. So funny. Oh, that's another memory as well. That's another fun memory. So, again, why would I remember this? Like, surely there should be more important things that I should remember than this, right? So, Dad comes in from golf, Mum there, brother there, me there, we're all in the middle room, and literally Mum goes, oh shoot, I forgot to pick up your tablets. Brother just pipes up with, wah. Funniest thing I've ever fucking heard in my life for the time. Wah. Like, literally taking the piss. Mugged him right off. Anna mugged her right off. Funny as hell. Oh yeah, that one time that he got frustrated with my mum and dad, and he calls my dad Dippo the Clown. He called him Dippo the Clown. That is absolute comedy genius. Dippo the Clown. Out of all the insults in the world, he gets called Dippo the Clown. I mean, to be fair, my brother did come out with some absolute doozies sometimes. And I mean some real corkers of stuff that you just wish you recorded, because you know for a fact that shit is coming out for years and years and years afterwards. Example, and if he's watching, he knows exactly what I'm going to say as well. Exactly what I'm going to say, because I say it all the time. He's like, oh, leave it. It's still all these years. Right, set the scene. At my mum's best friend's house in Surrey, right? My mum needs to nip out, right? Dad's gone playing golf with her husband. So me and my brother are left alone with my mum's best mate, just for her looking after us, right? God knows what I did, but I probably tormented the shit out of him, right? So, what age were we? I must have been about 14, 13, and he's going to be about 10 or 11, 12, something like that. And it was about the time that he was watching a lot of Power Rangers, right? He was watching a lot of Power Rangers. And I love it. And literally, I must have pissed him off somehow. I did something to him, because he started chasing after me, right, and was running round and round and round, and he was so annoyed. Like, it was almost as if I knew for a fact if I stopped running, he wouldn't know what to do. But because I kept running, it frustrated him more. So, so I was running around the sofa, and he's after me, and literally my mum's best friend walks in and goes, hey, what's going on? I was like, oh, nothing. It's like, he's just winding me up. It's like, all right, calm down. Right? And literally, he comes up to me, straight as a die, right? With a face like thunder, and looks me straight in the face and goes, I will see to it that you are destroyed. Oh, I can't breathe. I will see to it that you are destroyed. Oh, mate, I don't think there has been a better thing said by that man in any type of anger ever. At least not to me. I will see to it that you are destroyed. I mean, if that wasn't being influenced by Power Rangers, I don't know what the fuck was. Because that was absolute fucking gold. Gold. And I literally laughed at him in his face. Like, hard laughed at him in his face. And in all honesty, ever since then, I've literally tormented him about it at every opportunity. Like, if he gets frustrated with me again, it's like, what are you going to do? You're going to see to it that I'm destroyed. Mate! That's fucking funny. That's fucking funny. Best. Look, honestly, if you have had any little brothers or any little sisters that have said some ridiculous shit like that, like actually with straight face, right, and really meant it with all the venom in their voice, tell me, please, tell me. Oh, I literally went dizzy laughing then. That's so funny. Oh. Oh my days. I mean, he used to say some really stupid shit. Like, I remember we was at the crossroads round by my house when we was a lot younger, and he was annoying me, and he was on the bike, and he was just following me around. I said, look, just fuck off home. And all the venom in his face, he literally, like, really meant that middle finger. Like, really meant it. Really meant it. Oh, I must have tormented the shit out of that kid. Tormented the shit out of him. I remember I made his nose bleed one time as well. Like, literally, I used to do this whole kind of, you know, when you would try and punch but get as close to their face as possible? Yeah, I got too close and actually hit him on the nose. I was like, shit, sorry. Boys will be boys. That was another time as well. He was chasing after me, and I jumped on the bed, and he jumped on after me and bit me as hard as he could on the arm. And I mean, proper bit me hard. And I was like, ah! And literally, he knew that I was about to go and run to my mum and go, fuck me, do you want to sort him out? He's just fucking bit me. And I could have only been about 6 at the time, maybe 7. And he proper bit me hard. It was right there as well. Right there. And you could see the bite marks. And literally, before I could move, he'd already got up and ran to my mum and went, he bit me. I was like, what? He bit me. I said I didn't touch him. And I actually didn't. I really didn't actually touch him. And he just literally went and outright lied. Went, he bit me. I went, well, where's your bite marks? Because, like, that's certainly mine. And my mum just went, oh, look, behave, boys, behave. Like, fucking give him a whack or something. However, this was a couple of weeks before he jumped on the bed again and had a set of scissors sticking in his arm. I mean, who leaves scissors on a bed, for fuck's sake? But yeah, he literally jumped on the bed and had scissors hanging out of his arm. I mean, that kid has got so many scars, and I don't understand how I've got so little. Like, because I was daring and stuff like that. Maybe he was just has shit balance or something, I don't know. But he's got a scar on his cheek from, like, literally when he was like a year old, 2 years old, where he fell in the, I think he was in the chemist. And in the chemist, like, you know, you have the shelves that come out that hold, like, the polos and the mints and things like that. Well, he fell and caught his cheek on the corner of one of those shelves, and yeah, had to go to hospital, have butterfly stitches, and now he's got a scar there. Like, and he's had that since he was 2. And what was funny as well was when he was in school, like, he was having photos taken and stuff, and the teacher said, like, you know, what happened to your face? And he went, oh, I fell over when I was little. And she literally went, well, you know, if you need someone to talk to because there's stuff going on at home, you can. And he was like, what? Fuck off, mate. I literally did it was 2. And I fell over in a chemist. Hit a shelf. That was it. He's like, oh, okay, well, you can talk if you need to. Like, yeah, whatever. I mean, in all honesty, I don't think I ever remember actually getting a proper beating. I remember being threatened with a lot of beatings. Like, my old man used to chase me down the hallway. Like, sort of, you know, when they kind of do that. Like, the whole, I'm going to smack you. Chase me down the hallway. And then when he gets there, it's like, nothing happens. Empty threat. Empty. I wish I'd have seen that when I was younger. I've been like, well, pretend to be hit, but really, you know, I'm safe. Although there definitely was a couple of times where he swung for the back of my legs, and you know where you kind of, your body stays still but your legs move forward, so you're doing this whole arcing kind of thing trying to get away. Definitely did that a couple of times. I was a loving child, don't worry. I had my good points sometimes. Although, I have always asked, you know, give me 3 legitimately good reasons why it's good to have children, right? Legitimately good reasons. And no one can give me 3 legitimately good reasons why it's good to have children. And the only reason that is legitimately good that my mum said for having me was that she could read a book to me. That's it. She could read a story to me. That was the only legitimately good reason she could think of for having children. I mean, I would literally need so much more convincing to have children than I can read a book to it. Like, all I see is downfall. All I see is downfall for having children. So, when they're born, so from a male point of view, right? When they're born, your now hot missus has her body shape completely changed and her confidence dips. Right? So now, she's all self-conscious and, you know, the dynamic of the relationship has changed. You're not then able to do shit that you want to do with your missus, like go on holiday on a whim, just jump in a car and do like a weekend away, or go for random nights out because you now have a child. You can't do that. Then you lose a shit ton of sleep. You got shit, piss and sick, left, right and centre. You've then got the kid crying as well. So now you can't do sod all in that respect because you're consistently knackered all the time. It costs a bastard fortune as well. Like literally a fortune. And that's just the first couple of years. Like once you get past those first couple of years, it then starts talking at you and running away from you. So now, not only are you knackered, you got to run after it as well, and it's getting lippy, and it still cries, and it still shits, and it still throws up. But now it wants shit too, and costs a fortune. So if you get past that stage, when it gets to like 8 or 9, it's now wanting bigger things, like I want an Xbox, I want a mobile phone, I want to keep up with the Joneses. And it shits, and it sleeps a lot, and now it talks back to you and fucks off and wants a bike and wants this and wants that. And you find that you have less in common with it, because now parts of the brain are not developed until you're like 18, 19 anyway. So now it doesn't understand you as well as you not understanding it. And it shits, and it costs a fortune, and wants all the big pricey presents, and wants money all of the time now. Can I get some sweets? Can I get an action figure? Can I get some clothes? Can I have a computer? Can I have a mobile phone? Can I have this? Can I have that? You're like, fuck me. So not only have I got to like feed, water, clothe and heat and light you, you now want a shit ton of stuff on top of that as well. Fuck you. So if you get past that stage, you've now got into like the 15s, 16s, something like that. And now it's moody because it's got hormones running through it, as well as everything from above. And it's got friends that you have to endure, friends that you might not like. And it start maybe having a boyfriend or a girlfriend that you might not like, that you might want to take a shotgun to and go, you're not worthy of my daughter, or you're a bitch, get away from my son. But you can't interfere because then you're pushing it away. And if you get past that, you get to like 18, 19, 20, and then it's thinking about pumping out a kid of its own. Right? So now, you managed to get rid of one that you've had for 18 years, bought it up, spent shitloads of money on it, you know, put up with the whinging and the whining and the shit and the piss and the cries and the tears and all that kind of crap. It now wants to pump its own out, right? And the thing is, now it's pumped its own out, it goes, oh, well, I want to go out and I want to do this. Can you look after it? So now you're lumped with your kid's kid. Because Granddad is the special man. Granddad is there to help. Granddad is the one that brought me up and is there to support. Granddad is the one that has all the cash. So now you're lumbered for another fucking 18 years with some sprog that ain't even yours. It's just literally bloodline. And don't get me wrong, you'd probably love both kids equally, of course you would. Like your kid and the grandson or grandchild or whatever it is. You would absolutely love it, of course you would. But then, like, I've just done 18 years of service just to get you up and still alive and happy. Now you want me to look after your little bastard because you want to fucking go out? Nah, mate, ain't doing it. Not doing it. And you know, you want me at 70 years of age to get down on the floor and play a fucking puzzle with you? I can't get off the floor in the best of times, let alone for a fucking puzzle. I've got to sit there for an hour and a half just to look at a tractor coming back at me. Nah, not having it. Not having it. Now, all of that for 26 years of grief, right? You might then be left alone in the last sort of 10 years of your life because your kid has got his own life and doesn't really want to come round, and then the grandchild has got his own life and is out with his friends, all that kind of thing, and don't really want to come and see granddad all that much. You might be left alone a little bit because you're just fucking old. You know, but I've just done 30 odd years of raising kids and looking after everybody else's bastard little kids to then have 10 years of just leave me the fuck alone. I want some quietness. I don't want to have to pay for anybody or do whatever. So if you can give me a legitimately good reason other than, I mean, the human race is not crying out for any more of my, well, for any of my sprogs. It's not going to be in danger if I don't procreate. It's just not. The only thing that I can see being a bonus for for procreating, maybe, is carrying on the family name. But I might have a kid and I knock out a girl, in which case it's done anyway. Point in that. So now you've got a kid just for carrying bloodline on and a name, and it's a kid and it gets married in its own generation anyway. Whereas if you've got a boy, then obviously it carries the name on a bit further. But then that boy might have a girl and you've lost the name already. Or it might sit there and go, actually, I'm going to double barrel my name with my missus' name because that's what the kids are called. So now you've lost the name anyway. So absolutely no reason for that whatsoever. None. Which is bollocks, really. So unless you guys can give me a legitimately good reason to have children, then I can't see it. I literally cannot see it. So it looks like we're coming off here, guys. Looks like there is a little bit of wee traffic coming up. And I need to jump off here and go around the back roads, I think. And cut off some of that trash. I'm not going to be sitting in traffic for 45 minutes. Definitely no, I'm not going to be doing that. Oh, this is the... this is the turn off I used to come off for work. Hated this turn off as well. It was always backed up. Always a pain. Always a pain. That was a bit of a rant about kids there, really, wasn't it? A bit of a rant. Total rant. But, you know, that's my thoughts and feelings. So if anybody wants to have kids with me, tough shit. Unless, you know, when it happens and then my whole mindset will change. Because then I've got unconditional love. Now, I don't know about this unconditional love. You know when some people are just in love with people? And it's just like, yes, I am literally in love with you. Love at first sight. Hit me like a ton of bricks. I love you. You love me. And that's just it. I've never had that. I mean, I'm sorry to say, I don't think I've ever properly been in love. And that's really sad. So it makes me think, am I incapable of doing that? Am I incapable? I don't know. I don't think I've ever properly been in love. Unless it's just I'm confusing being in love with like the hard times and thinking it's just, this is dog shit and I don't like it. I don't know. I mean, I suppose you think you're in love at the time, but then when you look back, you kind of think, maybe not. Don't know. Maybe I will find love one day, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll spend my days just being the horrible old man that doesn't give your ball back when it goes over my fence. Or I'll be the lovely old gentleman at the end of the road who will do anything for anyone in the cul-de-sac. I don't know. Maybe I won't make it that far. Maybe that guy will pull out on me like he was just about to, and I'll smash into the back of him. Brilliant. Dickhead. So it looks like our journey has been extended a little bit here. So instead of an hour and a half, we've now got an hour and 40 odd minutes. Okay, part 2 then, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. And if you want to head over to Patreon also, for just £3 a month, you can subscribe and get literally all the back issues of the Riding Shotgun podcast, all the unedited versions, and you can get discounts on merch and all the other things that come with it as well. There's some good option there for literally just 10p per day. That is it, 10p per day. You can have full access, so you can join the revolution. Just join the revolution over at patreon.com/riding-shotgun. Thank you so much for that. But if you're listening on any other platforms, like audio platforms like Spotify or Amazon or Apple, please do leave me a review. But do it honestly. So if you think it's 5 stars, that's obviously preferable. I would love that, and that would be awesome. Please leave 5 stars. But if you think this is dog shit and you hated it and you didn't like being on the journey with me, then say so. Literally just say so. And thank you so much, but not for me. I'm always open to constructive criticism, of course. But yeah, if it's just bullshit, I'm just going to ignore it. But if it's constructive, then obviously, of course, I can make this podcast better for you. And then hopefully you'll continue to listen, and then you'll rate it more in towards the 5 stars, and then we can all live happily ever after and enjoy our own lives. And I can keep doing what I'm doing, you keep doing what you're doing, and we can be on this journey together in harmony, if that's possible. Thank you. Anyway, we're in Oxshott right now, part 2 of this double episode. And literally, we still have 38 minutes left to go. So, got a bit of time together today. It is about 18.5 degrees outside, which is beautiful. However, I did bring a coat with me because I just know for a fact that it's either going to rain or it's just going to be freezing cold at night time, and I won't be able to stop shaking or shivering. That'll be crap. But this weekend, as I said to you in part 1, we were supposed to be going to the gym with Adam, because he reckons he's been good with his diet all week. Well, yeah, all week since Monday. So we'll see how that's been going, whether he's dropped a bit of it. But also, we're supposed to be going to the gym. That's obviously not going to happen because of his need for food and work, obviously. But also, what he's asked me, because he runs this pub or whatever, he's asked me, because I do a lot of his marketing, I do a lot of his artwork design and things like that, and he's just consistently getting it wrong or not doing the right things to really help promote what's going on. And he's just not doing things properly, but he doesn't know how to create the artwork either. So this weekend he's asked me if I would run through how to do it. So there's a couple of things that I actually use to create the artwork. And one of them is like an online website that's free, because I am tight and I can't afford certain things, but also it's quite unusual to create artwork from the program I use. So I am an absolute master at PowerPoint. Like, I'm pretty good at PowerPoint, and I create all of my artwork on PowerPoint. Yes, I know. I should be using other things. I know I should be using Adobe Draw or something like that, or I should be using After Effects, or I should be using any Adobe kind of type program to be able to do that. But no, I can't afford those. So literally, I use PowerPoint and they come out pretty damn good. I mean, he seems mightily impressed by it. I mean, actually, I was on the other day, and he says, are you in front of a computer? I said, yes. He said, I need an artwork done for the DJ this weekend. I said, right. He said, can you use this picture in it? I said, yeah, fine, no problem. And I said, tell you what you can do. I said, count down from 120 seconds and I'll see what I can do. And he was like, why have I got to count down from 120 seconds? So just do it. So he was there like 120, 110, 100, 90, 80, all the way down to 0. And he said, what now then? And literally I sent him over WhatsApp the artwork that I created. And he was like, you fucker. You absolute fucker. I was like, what? He goes, how did you do that so quickly? I mean, literally all it was using his picture that he's asked to put on there, choosing a font, putting a few bits and pieces, a couple of PNGs, placing it, rendering it, and then putting it into a JPEG. So easy. Very, very easy indeed. But it just so happens that the DJ that he got in last night was absolutely dog shit. He messaged me and said, like, this DJ's fucking terrible. I said, why is that? He said, well, motherfucker can't even mix a cake, let alone anything else. Oh, no. I said, what about his song selection? Which I got no reply to, so I don't think it was that great either. I said, well, why have you never got me back? And I think the reason why I've not gone back is because it's not the style of music that they are looking for. Plus, I don't think the guy who, does all the bookings and stuff likes my music or enjoys the fact that it's me actually DJing, because, well, he's got his own style and brand that he likes, and I don't think he appreciates my stance on things, on how to make a crowd enjoy music. I mean, if he's not got a guitar or a kick drum in it or some sort of band in it, then I don't think he's entirely that interested. I mean, give you an example. I played there last time, and all he said all bastard night long was play, and it was something really slow, like play R. Kelly or something like that, or play Bump and Grind, or I'm like, what? Like, this is a party, mate. Don't play slow shit like that at a party. And it was a birthday party that I was playing for as well. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. Well, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm going to end it there because literally I think the camera is going to explode in heat. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for hitting for that notification bell. Thank you for heading over to Patreon and paying 10p a day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for all the views. We have just gone over 10,000 views for the podcast in such a short period of time. I know in the grand scheme of things, it's not huge, but it means a hell of a lot to me that I am getting a few people just interested in what I am doing. So thank you so much for that. And I will see you next time on Riding Shotgun with me, Parker, and I look forward to chatting more bullshit with you. Oh, I'm a cyclist. More bullshit with you, more memories, more questions, more everything together when we come back. And I look forward to that. So take care, God bless, and I will see you for the next one.